Hello, everyone. Welcome to Writer's Melon. Today, I have author Stuti Changle with us. She is a very inspiring author, so to say. She writes fiction, inspiring fiction. She talks about hopes and dreams. She talks about home, a place called home. And I'm here to talk to her about her inspiration, about her journey so far as a writer. So please welcome Stuti to Writer's Melon.
Hi everyone who will be watching this, and thank you, Priyanka. That was quite a nice and quite a different, I'd say, introduction that you've given because most of the times people just highlight your achievements and you're a best-selling author and numbers and all of that. But I really love the way you kind of summed it up, and I think it's so important to tell the other side of the story as well. At times, we just see what's out there, like on the websites, and then you just look like a matrimonial ad then.
Yes, so for me, it was what stood out was, of course, your numbers are great. Of course, we know you have great deals signed up with some of the big publishers. Of course, you are a role model for a lot of aspiring writers, including me. So, of course, all that is there. But, what a reader really looks forward to is probably what stays with me after I close the book. And I think you are one of the authors or the kind of writing that you do is able to do that because from whatever discussion I had with you, I understood that for you, writing is much beyond the regular task of putting words to paper, right? You want people
Yeah.
to remember the thoughts and the ideas that you lived yourself. For that matter, right? So all of your books seem to have this golden thread of hope running through them. Sometimes I feel
Yeah.
hope is a very dangerous word, and I would challenge you on that sometimes. Not just you, to world itself, but tell us, why is it so important for you to talk about hope, and what does it mean for you?
Okay. That's quite a question. And I was once asked by someone that I consider as like a guru or a teacher, you can say, that if you had to put yourself in front of the world or anywhere and say that there's only one thing in the world that you want to be described as, what would it be? And then it was a very difficult question for me because one word I think is very, I mean, if I ask you, Priyanka, one word and what is it, and it was very difficult, but then I really thought through it and I came up with the word star for some reason.
Mhm.
And uh, I was asked why a star, and I say because a star, even when it's burning, gives light. And while it's very scientific, there are gases that are burning, and then there's light being emitted. But so to say, if you just see it and if you just consider it as a metaphor for life, I really want to be someone uh, who, despite I would say having been gone through everything. I mean, who doesn't go through challenges in life? Everybody and each one of us have our own fair share, I'd say, would still want to be this light for others. And this is something that I said at that time, but I have known it for a very long time. I don't know where it comes from. It's very difficult for me to even point it out or think about it. But I've always been this person who's very much full of light, I'd say, and I always try to see at what's the most positive outcome that can be, or in the most optimistic way I try and deal with the situation. And of course, I mean, I get sad and I cry a lot of times, and life comes with its own challenges. So I'm not challenging the fact कि सिर्फ happy ही होना होता है या life का goal ही happiness है. But I think you can choose to see the life the way you want to, and I think I choose to do that. So even in my body of work, which you just said, like my book Stars Will Guide You Home or any other book that I've written, somewhere those characters are going to find that and they become that, hope or that inspiration for readers. And
Absolutely.
that isn't something that's happening by accident. I would say it's a very, it's a choice that I made many
Oh,
years back when I wanted to become a writer. And I wanted to know that who I would want to be known as or what kind of stories would I want to be known for. I was very clear with the answer. Like I was never really, and while I love sci-fi and I just love mystery at times. I don't know going forward if ever I'm going to explore that as a consumer or of that content or media in terms of reading books or watching on television or anything. I love it, but I always knew that this is the kind of books that I want to write. So I don't know where it comes from, but yes, I was
It is
very
working. It's clearly
clear.
working for you. It of course helps you put out the most authentic self of you. So clearly it's working for you, right? So
Yeah,
uh, many of your novels, like one that you mentioned, and also the one that I was going through on the open road, you feature characters who break free from traditional path, and I think that's also something
yeah,
that's your life story. And of course, when you make these choices, there's a lot of internal conflict that you go through. So tell us
yeah.
a little bit about how was it for you? Because I'm sure there are a lot of people who go through these internal conflict of choosing passion over the regular day job, to put it very simply. How was this journey for you? And did that then inspire some of your characters in your books?
I mean, of course, the second part is true that it did inspire many, many characters. Almost all of the characters that I've written is inspired by that. And that kind of makes me think that a reader once asked me that, this character talks like this, speaks like this. Who is this inspired from? Because this character inspires me a lot. And I said, yeah, I think I'd like to say myself. And then this person asks me about another character and I say I myself, and he said how funny it is, like how can it be, like how can all of these characters or most of these characters be inspired by you. And I said, you know what, every few months I think I outgrow who I was and I'm a different person. I don't know if it comes as being a part of being a creative person or just a mad person, I have no idea, but I am living so many people and so many versions of myself every few weeks and months and whatnot. And so I'd say, and he was specifically asking about these characters from my book You Only Live Once, and I said 5 years back I was like Arav.
Mm.
um if you will read about my childhood or who I was as a child, maybe some parts are, Alara. But now I have become a person who's more like Ricky. I'm in a more sort of a mature place in my life, and I see life the way Ricky sees it now. So, yes, I have been there. And of course, I mean, it would be very narcissistic to say that all of these characters are me. Of course, not. I think they are a mixed bag of people that I meet. Of course, it's never that कि मैंने आपको देखा, I really love it, and I can exactly put you out or write about you as a character. You don't know yourself. How can I know you completely? Right? So, anyways, these characters are going to be a culmination of many people, many experiences that you're going to have. But yes, a bit, an ounce, I don't know if you can really measure that, of it would be me. So yeah, I mean that is how it is, and you keep evolving and you keep growing, and you outgrow yourself. So yeah, a lot of these characters are part of my existence. The first part, which was that how hard it was for me or how did I handle this internal conflict, I'd say that see, I'm still handling it. Nobody really gets past their decisions ever. I think it is very immature to say that I did it and I knew it complete then and I know it complete today. I
Yeah.
think that is weird because this is where you have stopped questioning yourself. So
Mm.
I think a healthy human being is where you're constantly questioning yourself because that's how you grow. If you stop questioning, then of course. So yeah, at that time the questions were different, and today, of course, the questions are different. At that time, when I decided, the questions were pretty different because I was an MBA, I had a good job, and then in those days when you're very young, a lot of your validation comes from outside. It
Yeah.
comes from society. It comes from people you hang out with. So when initially I took this very blunt decision, which of course I took in a lot of I would say rage of emotions or something like that. It was not really a very calculated decision because you cannot take a calculated decision of this sort. No, you cannot. So at
Calculation
that
didn't put
time,
in.
Of course, yeah, I was crazy. I was young. I just started out and I was not very happy with what I was doing. And I just thought that there could be many other things where I could be outdoing myself or doing a lot better than who I am here today. And rather than being an average performer at a company doing something that I don't love to, let me try being more than average at one place in life where I really feel I belong. And for me, writing was always that place. So, yes, I always wanted to be a writer, but of course, it took me a series of bad decisions, and a lot of bad jobs and a lot of things to kind of realize कि मैं इसके लिए नहीं बनी हूँ, मुझे ये नहीं करना है, मुझे writing करना है. Now, the other challenge comes when you think of this and you're a part of a society, everybody is going to question you that, royalties don't pay the bills. How the hell are you even going to make this work out? And I told myself, fine, I just need time to write. तो मैं freelance कर लेती हूँ. That is the trade off. So of course you need money, you have to pay your rent, and it can never be as uh, you know it's not as hunky dory as it sounds कि हाँ बस छोड़ दिया था फिर मैं ऐसे करा था, ऐसे नहीं है. छोड़ा था, then I was doing a lot of freelance and also that I can sustain my basic lifestyle. Of course I had to cut down my lifestyle to a very bare minimum, which even today I kind of live a very minimum lifestyle in the sense that मैं कहीं भी रह सकती हूँ. आप मुझे पहाड़ों पे भी छोड़ दोगे with a two room apartment and very few bare necessities over there, as long as I can keep it clean and hygienic and I can get decent food, access to decent food, that is good enough for me. So मैंने तभी दिमाग में सोच लिया था कि यार लाइफ में अगर राइटर बनना है ना तो कुछ चीजें तो लाइफ में गिव अप करनी पड़ेंगी, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट अ path. Okay, so this is a path where you might create a lot of impact, but just to create a lot of money just via writing is something which you don't know if it will ever happen. ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आप फ्रीलांस करते ही रह गए, बुक्स लिखते ही रह गए, 15 साल हो गए, 20 साल हो गए, कभी आपका आइडिया क्लिक भी नहीं हुआ, एंड यू माइट डाई एज जस्ट without achieving anything. Maybe अभी तुम्हारे दिमाग में बहुत ड्रीम्स है that I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to get here. But yes, of course, मैं aware थी, I was aware of all the risks. And still my heart spoke to me and said कि करो यार, देखेंगे जो होगा देखा जाएगा. I think that is how the journey started.
So it has been
And
what, 5 years or 10 years, you said,
it's
no?
been almost not 10. Yeah, it was 2017, I guess, when I decided and all of
Roughly
that. So
eight,
yeah,
7, 8 years.
roughly 7, 8 years. Yeah.
So what does Stuti, the author, think about her decision in the hindsight? Is it something that you constantly tell yourself, thank God, बच गई मैं?
No, I'll tell you something. So, being a creative person also comes with this really weirdly wired brain where you are always like overthinking, over questioning, and you're always in that place where you say, ki, ha, I mean, what if life could have been different or things could have been different? But trust me, Priyanka, these questions used to come a lot more 5 years back.
Hmm.
Now I'm at a place finally in life where I do feel that it was one of the best decisions of my life, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so sometimes what happens is that when we make a decision or when we do an analysis, it's with numbers. It's always with numbers. So, for example, if I ask one of my classmates, from MBA, that how would you define success? Or let's put down Keep Stuti got successful in life. The most standard way would be to see what's the opportunity cost and what you could have made here, and आप यहाँ कितने
Take home
top of
salary
कितने
क्या
bench पे
है?
बैठे
Take
होते.
home salary क्या है?
करेक्ट, एंड सैलरी क्या है, तो वो बहुत ऐसे है, ठीक है.
Correct.
Now,
Very binary.
honestly,
Very binary.
yeah, and honestly, if I go by those typical measure of being successful or not, I would say, yeah, maybe a lot of my classmates would be a lot more successful than I am. They would have made a lot more money, I guess. But if I, for just drop this one thing for a while, okay,
Impact, look at
so
satisfaction.
the amount of impact that I've created in people's lives, and that is something you can never ever measure on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Number two, the amount of growth that I've had personally, like in 10 years, from failing to getting multiple deals to whatever, I've done it on my own. Okay, so it's more like you're an entrepreneur but without a team. So you're a solopreneur of sorts, and everything that you do, you either succeed or fail, it's completely on you. There's nobody to put the blame on. ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते पेरेंट, अब तो बोल ही नहीं सकते कि पेरेंट्स की वजह से हो गया या दोस्तों ने मुझे धक्का मारा था. It's basically what you're doing and you then own your things. So I think the biggest thing that has happened is कि जो मेरा पर्सनल ग्रोथ है ना वो एक्सपोनेंशियल रहा है. ये मैं आपको पेपर पे प्लॉट करके बता सकती हूँ फॉर श्योर दैट इफ आई वुड हैव बीन डूइंग एनीथिंग एल्स वेयर आई वाज not that great. Okay, and there's nothing wrong about doing a job. मैं ये नहीं बोलती जॉब बुरा. Job is a great thing if you're a fit for that role और आपकी skills उसमें grow हो रहे हैं and you're personally growing. That was not happening to me. So I was made for this, right? I was born to do this. They
Yeah.
say ना एक song of the soul होता है. This was my song and I was not singing it. So when I started singing that song, the personal growth that has happened is something जो आप कभी paper पे plot ही नहीं कर सकते. Like there is no. So again, if today we are sitting here and having this discussion, and let's say I'm at your home and we are having dinner and it's Diwali time and whatever, I'll tell you, Priyanka, I did a great thing. Like the amount of joy I have in my life, I own my things, and financially भी ऐसा है कि when you do that apple to apple, you would say कि हाँ वहाँ नहीं हो, but otherwise in a long enough timeline, if you're able to crack the market, if you're able to sell it, if you're able to get commercially successful as an author, you can build a career. हर चीज ऐसे एप्पल टू एप्पल नहीं होती कि अगर हाँ वो तो ठीक है, फिर कोई स्टार्टअप फाउंडर भी होगा ना हु वुड हैव मेड मे बी लेट्स से $1 million in this timeline.
That's
So
true.
again, वो तो everybody has a different journey, and there's no way you can compare two journeys. But I'm very proud of what I did, and it's mostly because of the impact that I was able to create, and the amount of readers who write back to me, who meet me, who hug me. They cry and they say that we felt what you'd written, and this book helped me get through this in my life, and that's all that I ever needed, I think, in my life. मुझे पता भी नहीं था, in fact when I started, it more of started as a passion or a hobby कि मुझे लिखना पसंद है. वो
Mm.
बड़ा मैं था, वो बड़ा सेल्फिश इंटेंशन से स्टार्ट हुआ था. बट एज द जर्नी प्रोग्रेस्ड, ठीक है, आई एम नो सेंट. इट्स नॉट दैट मैंने शुरू में ही सोचा था मेरे को बहुत इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट करना है, मैं ऐसे कर दूंगी वैसे कर दूंगी.
It
आई थिंक
happens
आई
like that.
टुक थिंग्स एज दे केम माई वे, एंड नाउ दैट आई नो कि मेरे पास ये पावर है और ये स्कोप है और मैं ये कर पा रही हूँ, देन नाउ आई वांट टू डू इट इन द बेस्ट वे पॉसिबल. दैट्स हाउ आई सी इट नाउ.
I want to talk to you about your latest book with HarperCollins, Stars Will Guide You Home, because I see this very catchy word called AI. And you talk
Yeah.
about an AI dating app as a key device, and you explore romance and dating in this age. I think it's very interesting because um, now you're talking about we are coming to a situation in a world where a lot of your decisions will also be made by AI. How
Yeah,
is
yeah.
this new world emerging? Do you feel optimism towards it? Do you question it? Are you critical about it? What is then the role of human interaction and human relationship in this new era? And what exactly your book explores in this era? In this area. Sorry.
All right. So while my book is an intersection there between, human connection and technology, I don't want to give out a spoiler here right away, but again, when you find or see my book, it finds optimism in human connections. It
Hmm.
doesn't really find a lot of optimism in machine learning, or let's say AI for that matter. So while AI can make our lives easier, if you ask me, am I very optimistic about it? I'd say it's one of the very few things in my life that I'm not very optimistic about, and I see it very critically because now that so many researchers are emerging also, where there have been studies suggesting that people who spend a lot of time making chat gpt right and all of that are losing the
Yeah.
parts of their brain, and it's very difficult for them to like write a
Yeah.
good essay because you don't remember, like you remember there was this whole time when people stopped writing from pens and
Yeah.
pencils and they
Yeah.
were all on the typewriter, and now you see a lot of people struggle holding a pen and writing. They don't really find it very comfortable, but that dependence was still fine because even when you were typing, at least you were thinking. Now you're stopping, you're saying I'll stop thinking altogether.
Hmm.
That I definitely see is a big problem. And for the longest time, what you see through data as well is that in the West, especially, if you see, people are so dependent on calculators since
Mm.
they were invented. Sometimes a 2 plus 2 becomes something that you want to do on a calculator because you can't do 4. Okay, and I'm not being critical towards a particular society or something, but I'm in general saying that wherever technology has intervened, you can see it that it, in the end, the humans, we get dependent. We are very sort of, हमारे इमोशंस भी ज्यादा है, मशीन के तो कोई इमोशंस है नहीं, हमें तो आदत ही है ना जहाँ जो मिला डिपेंडेंट होने की. So if you'll ask me in that sense, well, I've tried to write a very positive story in
Mm.
which AI is particularly being leveraged on how it can find great matches,
Mm.
but the real matchmaking happens in the real world.
Right.
I just hope it happens the way it has happened in the book. But again, my book is fiction, and I think we're far from fiction there, so I don't know what to say for now.
Okay, sometimes I feel that fiction is not just a way to escape from reality. It also sometimes puts your attention more towards the reality that is yet to come. Sometimes we are a
Yeah,
little delusional by what's happening around us, and at that time, fiction kind of gives us some reference points
it
to
does.
differently. And sometimes escape could be the right route than just indulging into things that's not working for you. And for me, sometimes AI is that, I'm like, okay, please,
Yeah.
I need a break now. This is much technology in my life, and I need some nature and some real people to talk to and to do my job with. Your book, You Only Live Once, and in general, I feel your books have this very strong theme around search for identity and home. So,
Yes.
what is, and this I think is a huge struggle nowadays. Like, I don't know if it is just the Instagram generation, but I think this has been a struggle from time immemorial, right? We all are trying to answer just this one big question: who am I and why I'm here and what is my purpose in life? So, how
Yeah.
has writing helped you find yourself? Were you able to do that through your characters, and uh, did it really help you? And how was that journey?
That's a brilliant question. I think writing eventually did help me find my purpose in life, which I said that when I started, I knew what kind of books I wanted to write, but I did not have a clear chart on if it could create some sort of impact. That was more like a feedback thing that happened later on,
I
and then I
product.
realized,
Yeah.
yes. And then it became a part of my narrative, and I said, okay, I want to do this. If I'm able to do this, why not consciously do this and make it a part of your narrative? It was not so. So you go anywhere on my website or my Instagram, and it says, I'm someone who's here to tell you life changing stories and all of that. But I didn't know that I wanted to do that. It's only when people told me that these stories are doing this to me, and then I said, okay, this is the kind of thing that I'm writing, so I can maybe like also
Speak in that
put it
direction.
out there. Yeah, I mean, then it is clear that what do you do, who are you, what do you stand for. But
Mm.
again, that's my body of work. When you ask this question, it's very personal, that for you as a person, I say there is no end to, Priyanka, how much this journey, how long this journey can be. I think you're always discovering something. Maybe with writing, I found a voice, and for this finite time, I could create this sort of impact. And but we never know that I am on this journey, and we're always on this journey. 5 years down the line, I might discover something else about myself, start practicing it, and then might get somewhere else as well in life. You don't know, right? It's life is so unpredictable in that sense, and it could be that we're not even, I'm not even here to talk to you 5 years down the line. We don't know. Life is fragile and it's unpredictable. That's the most true thing about life. So for now, I know that this is my purpose or this is what I'm doing, but I don't know if it's always going to be. And that's why I say that this search for identity thing is a very core part of my books, because my characters are always searching for something.
And it
And
helps
I want
you
people
grow
to be like
in
that.
some way. I think it also helps you to grow in some way because if you are searching
It
something,
does.
always moving ahead.
It
To
does. It does. No matter what place your life you're in right now, you could be in your late 30s, you could be in your late 40s, late 50s, wherever you are. still there would be one character you'll find who tried searching something and then they found something, and then that inspires you to do that to your own life, because I feel that there's no deadline to be trying things out in life. And as a person, very few people know this, I think, out of it, because apart from writing, I keep most of the things very personal, because मुझे लगता है if everything goes out there, then what is there for me, right? Like if everything's out there on social media, like what's
I
there
saw
for
you
me?
dancing somewhere also.
I love dancing.
See, I researched
I
you
am a
well.
dancer. I mean, that's my maybe plan B. If nothing works out, I may set up a studio and I may be taking classes. Who knows? Like in some other universe, I could actually be doing that already.
Already.
So that's the thing about me. Like, I do a lot of things that are creative, and I feel creative people are never either or. They generally have these thoda
Satisfied.
sa,
They're
they
never
like
satisfied, I feel. They are never
yeah,
satisfied.
yeah. So
Like
there's these
mentioned.
couple of things they love to do. मतलब वो जैसे होता है ना, सिंगिंग डांसिंग भी थोड़ा पसंद होगा, वो थोड़ा कुक भी अच्छा करेंगे या बेटर करेंगे. Then they love painting, they love decorating stuff. They'll just like to beautify things. Like for me, कुछ ऐसी फालतू सा पड़ा है, उठा के just to beautify it gives me a high, some sort of,
Hmm.
just aligning it a certain way and maybe painting and carving it out, which for some other person could be a very stupid pursuit. They may say क्यों कर रही है, क्या होगा इसे, पड़े रहने दो.
I can imagine.
That could be a very standard response any human being would have, but for me it holds meaning. A lot of these small things that I do every day, they hold meaning. So मेरे लिए ना वो राइटिंग का इंस्पिरेशन भी कभी ऐसे नहीं होता है कि मैं बैठी हुई थी और मुझे बहुत सारे थॉट्स आ गए. आई थिंक आई इंडल्ज इन अ लॉट ऑफ क्रिएटिव थिंग्स, एंड आई थिंक दैट इज अ lot of source for my creativity as well. So like nature, and then doing a lot of random weird things, taking those experiences, I think they shape me. So मैं खुद ही इवॉल्व हो रही हूँ, मुझे खुद ही नहीं पता कि मैं कहाँ हूँ. अभी आप मुझसे पूछोगे तो आई डोंट नो, आई अभी मैं यहाँ हूँ, बट आई एम स्टिल continuously evolving and searching for who I am. And I think nobody ever gets the 100% answer.
Yes.
That's the beauty of life, कि किसी को कभी भी नहीं पता चलेगा कि आप क्यों आए थे. And then it could also be true that we are purposeless. I mean, there's also a theory that says that, you're just a speck of dust in the universe. You don't matter. You came, you lived,
Hmm.
you ate, and, and you pooped and you died. So yeah, maybe you're meaningless. There's no point. But अच्छा, मैं आपको एक बात बताती हूँ. Now iterating back to that first question you asked me when we started, with this discussion. अगर मैं यही बोलने लग जाऊंगी या यही सोचने लग जाऊंगी, then I would have no drive every day to wake up from my bed and do anything, because it's so depressing in general just to know that you are insignificant. Like it just feels like on your and a lot of people's ego will just
Consciously hope,
get.
consciously bring hope into your lives, even though you know that the pursuit
Oh,
of hope is pretty much hope.
exactly, exactly. That's my whole point. That why my books and I'm trying to still consciously bring hope is because it's a very conscious decision. Because otherwise, what's there to look forward? There's
Correct.
nothing, right?
That's true. I had some little what do you call rapid fire kind of questions for you. Just
Wow. Yeah, I'd like to
to
take
know
them up.
about you. So, I know that you go and write in cafes a lot. Are you a
Yeah.
coffee person or a chai person when you write?
I think when I write a coffee person, but when I meet people, a chai person, because you can't take chai out of an Indian person's
Yeah,
identity
I
for
get it.
some reason. It's just so deep rooted. So yeah.
I think I know the answer for this because I know that you love Goa, but still I'll ask you, mountain or beach? Beaches.
Okay. Swimming in the beach while looking at the mountain and maybe sipping a chai
So you
on
are
top of the
actually
mountain.
someone who wants everything in life. You want the best of both,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think I have that problem. That's why I'm sad sometimes.
Okay.
You nailed it.
Got two very similar answers. The third one is a notebook, pen or paper, or Google Docs. What's your writing mode?
All right. Again, I'd
Again,
say
both,
that
right?
for
See,
ideation, the first one, but then for really writing the first draft out, the second one, because it's very hard to assimilate things paper pe. So yeah.
you listen to a lot of music. What's that one song that always puts you on zone, or any artist that puts you in
Okay, that
zone?
That's a good one because I listen to a lot of music. Man, this is a tough one. I really love Lucky Ali's songs for some reason.
My God, we are friends then. One word that your friends would describe you, and I'll tell you what I will use that, what word I will use to describe you. But first, I want to hear which one word do you think your friend will describe you with?
Enthu Cutlet.
Okay. I
I've
will,
been called that, yeah. There's this thing in Bangalore. They call me super enthusiastic people Enthu Cutlet.
yeah. I think you are hopelessly optimistic.
So for that, a lot of my readers call me Sunflower.
Hmm.
Then I started using sunflower emojis.
But sunflower would still need the sun, but I think you are someone who would not need the sun also.
I am the sun now, I'm the star.
Yes. It was really, really amazing talking to you, Stuti. I'm so glad that you could make out time through all your Diwali commitments and everything. It really speaks a lot about how passionate you are about your work, and I wish you all the best. I wish you all the success. Please keep bringing more joy to people's life. I think this is um, probably one of the best things one can do with their art, with their life themselves. So, thank you so much for spending time with me, for talking to me. I will put this out very soon and hope people will also enjoy our little conversation today.
Yes, thank you, Priyanka. Thank you so much for having me on Writer's Melon and having this amazing conversation. And yes, it was night, but you asked me some really good questions, and now I also need to go back and ask those questions to myself. Where am I headed? Where am I
See, you
evolving?
are
Who
not
am
the
I
only one.
becoming next?
You are not the only one who's writing books and making readers think about their life.
Yes, yes. I need to like do that act again. So
Representing
yeah, it
all of
was
your
a
readers today.
yes. So it was a great chat.
Amazing. Have a nice day and take care.
Yeah.